more sunshine. Great start to a new day. Find a place where you can get comfortable on your back, your legs uncrossed. Maybe your bed or the sofa, maybe the floor or your recliner. Get comfortable and just notice yourself. Breathe in through both nostrils and pull it down until your belly rounds up and signals you that you've pulled the air down to the bottom lobes of the lungs where most of the blood circulates. Continue pulling the air and rounding around your back, across your rib cage, and around your back and across your upper chest, and then at the top let it spill out, either through your nose or your lips, and let it flow out. Your body will gently lengthen and flatten, and at the bottom, feel your belly button move back towards your spine, and then do it again. We breathe all the time, of course. It's how we sustain life. But then we shift and we breathe consciously. And when we consciously manage the breath, we create effects, healthy effects. Use the full, complete breath to make that exchange between carbon dioxide and oxygen that's so healthy, and amplify it by making sure the breath goes all the way down to the bottom of the lungs where most of the blood circulates and where that big exchange is amplified. So simple and so powerful. And the effects happen so quickly. So many things to love about the breath. It's free. We've always got it with us. And effects can happen in just a few minutes. In the studies that they've done on the effects of breath, the studies have lasted from 3 to 5 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes is not very much time to create a big effect. And so breath is our tool, and we learn to use it to create the effects in our life that we need and to rely on it. Ancient wisdom says when there's a shortage of wisdom, breathe. You know, when there's that shortage of wisdom and you don't know what to do and you're like, whoa, now what? Then comes the aha, long breath. God only takes 3 to 4 minutes to reset things. Good. Inhale, and on this inhale, as you fill all the way to the top, raise your shoulders. Move them up as you pull the air in, and when you get to the top and start the exhale, let the shoulders flow back down with the breath. And inhale and raise your shoulders with the inhale, and exhale and lower them with the exhale, coordinating the movement. Good. On this inhale, raise your chin up and look up at the ceiling. And then on the exhale, lower your chin all the way down on the exhale. Make it smooth. Inhaling, lifting your chin, and exhaling and lowering your chin. Good. Now inhale and gently turn your head to the left. And you'll come to a point where your body says, far enough. Stop there, and on the exhale, bring your head back all the way to center. And then inhale and gently move your head to the right. Find that spot where your body says, okay, here we are, stop. And then gently on the exhale, come back to center. And do it again several times. And notice your shoulders as you move, and if you drop your shoulders, whether or not the movement is easier or goes further. Good. And come back to center. And now imagine yourself aligned perfectly. Start at the top of your head and notice your head, the back of your head on the surface, and imagine it equally balanced on the left and the right. And then down to your eyes, and through closed eyes, look straight ahead and imagine both eyes are totally balanced. And now your tongue, the tip behind the front teeth, on that ridge behind the front teeth, and the sides spread out to touch the sides of the teeth. And imagine it perfectly balanced, even. And now slide your attention down to your shoulders and notice them. Is one side higher than the other? See if you can bring them into alignment. And now use your breath and picture your spinal column. And on each breath, imagine each vertebra lining up with the next vertebra. Pulling the air in, down from the top, through the spinal column. And on the exhale, lining up the next vertebra with the column of the others. And continue breathing, and on the exhale, lining your spinal vertebrae up as though it were a string of pearls, and you hold it from the top and all the pearls line up. And breathe each vertebrae into place. And when you get down to the level of your hips, just notice your hips and how they're placed, and even on the left and right. If one side seems higher, balance it. Let it slide into place on the exhale. And go all the way to the base of your spine, totally lined up like a string of pearls. And breathe. And enjoy the balance and the alignment. All the nerves that come off the spinal column branch out to all the organs and systems in the body, And when it's all lined up, you make the job easy. Good. Continuing this morning with the suspended breath, pulling the breath in through both nostrils, filling to the top, and at the top, lightly releasing the tension and suspending the breath. Maybe a 2 count, maybe longer. The idea is to maintain the relaxed suspension so that you can easily and smoothly release the breath and let it flow out through your mouth or your nose, and let it flow out all the way to the bottom. And when you get to the bottom, nothing. Suspend. Notice your tongue and make sure it's relaxed, and let that relax everything. And then smoothly take in the next breath. Not going too far so you have to gasp, and not creating extra tension. Just a smooth transition. Inhaling, rounding up like a barrel, lightly suspending, tongue relaxed. And when you need to, release the breath and let it flow out easily and gently all the way to the bottom, and at the bottom again, suspend. Not building extra tension, easy. And when you need to take another breath, breathe in and continue the pattern. Easy and relaxed. Suspending at the top. And suspending at the bottom. If for any reason you feel dizzy or disoriented, you've overdone it. So shorten the amount of time that you're suspending. And keep it easy and relaxed and comfortable. You don't want to push past your capacity. That doesn't build. That goes the opposite direction. And as you breathe and suspend, create a calm internal spot. An awareness of that calm internal spot, and breathe to it. And on the suspension, feel the calm and the quiet, the relaxed tongue, maintaining the breath as comfortable and relaxed. And when the breath is suspended, there's a switch. There's a switch in your metabolic activity. Suspending at the top and suspending at the bottom. And there's a switch in your nervous system balance. And there's a switch in your emotional control. All good things. Making the breath full and complete. Rounding up on the inhale. Lightly suspending. calm inner space. And then letting the breath flow out all the way to the bottom, and then nothing. That calm inner space, quiet. Aware of the changes you make with this simple practice. And now one last breath. Make it the biggest and the best. Suspend lightly, and then exhale and let the breath flow out all the way to the bottom. And at the very bottom, do 3 puffs and let it go. And then just quietly suspend for a few seconds. And then let the breath return to normal, to natural, relaxed, easy breath. And lie quietly for a few minutes and enjoy the effects that you've created. And may the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Have a great day.